Well, hello everyone. My name is Sethra. I'm one of the co-founders of Envious Magazine. Some of you know who I am, some of you don't, but that's, who I am. I'm one of the co-founders of this magazine. So I just wanted to kind of come on here and give a little clarification video to those of you who are new to us and also those of you who have submitted or have been following our magazine since we started on some of the guidelines and kind of what we're looking for in submissions from people. So if you want to see or hear kind of what we're looking for, just keep on watching. All right, so a couple of the things that I wanted to kind of clear up and give a little more information on was our submission guidelines, because we get asked a lot of questions about them and we have a lot of people who don't necessarily understand what we're looking for. So the easiest way to put it is fantasy plus boudoir, which boudoir could be lingerie, it could be, however boudoir is to you. I mean, like, there's obviously a very clear idea of what boudoir is, but it kind of varies because the actual term boudoir means a bedroom. So for lingerie that's shot outside or for creative fantasy that's shot outside, that would technically be boudoir, but we consider that boudoir because it's, it's lingerie. There's a little bit of skin showing. There's more of a adult element to it. So if you have that and our theme and fantasy, that is kind of the secret recipe to getting into our magazine. We do have some sizing stipulations, and we have the number of images to submit per set, and we like to have all the credits. And you can find everything on our magazine. We'll have it linked down below for the submission guidelines so you can read through exactly what we're looking for. And everyone's always, free to email the magazine and ask for some clarification if they don't quite know. But a lot of it, I think, is just mixing our theme and fantasy and lingerie together. And that is how to kind of go about submitting to us or starting your creative process for submitting to us. So there's that. Then, as far as wardrobe, because we get asked a lot about wardrobe, we are going to be starting a list of, Envious approved or Envious recommended designers and sites to get lingerie and fantasy props and all sorts of headpieces and fun sorts of accessories to really bring your fantasy theme and your character and whatever genre you're going for to life. And they're ones that we've either purchased from or that we want to buy from and use. So we'll have kind of a variation on that. Like there'll be like a star or something showing like who we've actually used and would recommend because of firsthand experience, and then other people that we've compiled because they fit the genre. So there are, two different aspects of that. We do focus on lingerie. It doesn't have to be super skimpy. It doesn't have to be anything crazy over the top or expensive, but we do like to see quality, and quality is our biggest thing with this magazine. So we like to see, no matter if it's a $5 piece that you got off of Amazon, if you thrifted it at your local thrift shop, if you make it look amazing and make it look fantasy, like something that you would find if you were to flip through a book, of fantasy creatures, or if you were back in that time or in that space, like what that would look like to you or to someone. So I guess that, I don't really know how to describe much more beyond that, our wardrobe aspect, but you can always pick our brains. We have tons of visuals as far as our Pinterest page. You can go and search our Be Envious hashtag, and you'll see all sorts of different images that come up for various, photographers and models and designers that do that kind of styling, and you can get more of a visual representation instead of me just telling you what it is, because I know I'm a kinesthetic learner. I learn visually, and if I see something, then it's a lot easier for me to comprehend it than someone explaining it to me. So there is that aspect. I also think I should maybe touch on exactly what lingerie is to us. So it's a pretty broad variety of things that we consider lingerie. It can be bodysuits, it can be corsets, it can be sheer night dresses, it can be dressing gowns, it can be your bra and panties, it can be garter belts, it can be literally any sort of undergarment, if you will. And that, like, I know different people kind of see lingerie as, you know, just bra and panties or just girdles or whatever the case may be, but we try and do like a large array. Like, I've used petticoats, I've used crinoline skirts, I have used all sorts of just different various undergarments, if you will, to pull off the like lingerie look. Lots of strappy stuff, lots of harnesses. We, you know, pretty much if it's sheer, that could work. Like, you know, a super sheer like long sleeve or something. Like, if you make it look like a little more intimate, I guess, because that's kind of the idea of boudoir, is it's an intimate setting or it's an intimate thing. If you make it look really beautiful and elegant and intimate, like, that works. So there's a large array of things, and again, you can always go and visually check your ideas against like our mood boards or stuff that's already been published in the magazine, or through our hashtags or whatever the case is. So there is quite a lot of wiggle room as far as wardrobe is concerned, but we, like, without sounding crude, we like to see a little bit of skin. We want to see your shoulder. You know, show us a knee. You know, like, give us a little something. But also make it fantasy, make it beautiful, add quality to it. We like quality photography mixed with quality editing. We like fantasy editing. We love all sorts of different varieties as far as like your genre that you shoot in. We like, honestly, there is so much room for the genre to grow, fantasy boudoir to grow, essentially, that it hasn't even brushed the surface. And we're really trying to help inspire people to get into fantasy and see all of the beautiful things that you can do that are considered fantasy, and mix lingerie with it, because that's beautiful, and you can create some really awesome and unique things that I think no one else is really making and creating right now. So there's a lot of room, and I love seeing all the super creative ideas that people come up with. I like seeing all the submissions. I like just inspiring people. That's why I do the magazine. I helped found this magazine to help inspire people to be more into fantasy and to kind of take a stigma off of boudoir and to take a stigma out of lingerie, because you can be beautiful and show some skin, and that shouldn't be the end of the world for social media. So that's part of why I do it, and I hope that I can help other people kind of branch out into it for whatever their reasons are. So I guess really the last thing that I want to touch on in this little video is our actual submission process. So if you need specifics on sizing, please go look at our submission guidelines on the website, which again, it'll be linked down below, so you can just go click and look right at it. But basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 5 to 12 photos, and it kind of depends on what you want. If you want to shoot for a cover and you want a cover of the magazine, you need 10 photos to submit. If you just want a regular spread inside the magazine, it's 5 to 8. So based on what you're trying to do, you submit those photos via Dropbox with the submission form fully filled out. You need that release completely filled out. All the credits. We do like to have a little bit of, you know, story, background, paragraph, something or other written about what inspired the shoot. Any sort of, you know, poem that you want to add to it, or a story that went with it, or an article. We love getting written pieces with articles, and we really want to start getting more written pieces with submissions. So as you submit your photo sets, if you can write anything about it, we would highly appreciate it. We'd love to put that in with your set. But yeah, you submit through Dropbox, And that's pretty much it. We go and you'll hear back from us if you've been accepted into the magazine, and that's kind of that. It's pretty painless. We try not to be super sticklers, I guess, on the submission process, but you have to follow the how many photos, you have to fill out your release, and you have to submit it through Dropbox, and that's like it. So I hope that helps a little bit for those of you who are new to us and those of you who have followed us and kind of needed a little clarification. If that still didn't explain enough and you still have some questions or you need a little bit more clarification on certain aspects, please email us or message us through our Facebook account. We will answer your questions as best as we can. You know, like, honestly, I mean, obviously, we're going to answer them as best as we can, but we'll try and do it as quickly as possible and really try and help you with whatever the hang-up is in your submission process or whatever the issues are as far as submitting to us or creating or whatever it is. So we are happy to help however we can. We just, we got a couple of rules that you got to follow, and if you follow those, the likelihood of you getting published in our magazine is seriously high. Thank you for watching the video. I hope that this helped. Go ahead, and if you are interested and you want to see what we're doing, or you want to, I don't know, get some insight, or you need some inspiration, or you just kind of want to lurk or see or spy or whatever you want to do, go ahead and follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. We try and post on YouTube as often as possible. We're trying 3 times a week. Don't know. I think we'll be able to keep to that, but we're trying 3 times a week. So if you want to see videos about unboxings or photo shoots or whatever, go and follow us there. And yeah, super appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.